The story of Donnie Darko starts on October 2, 1988. In a small town in America. Here a young boy named Donnie Darko is shown. He hears a strange and mysterious voice. He goes outside his house sleepwalking. He sees a man in a huge-sized rabbit costume. He introduces his name, Frank. He tells Donnie that this world will end in 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 12 seconds. The next morning, Donnie wakes up in a golf playground. He goes to his house and sees that the engine of the plane is crashed in his room. His elder sister Elizabeth tells him that the investigation team FAA couldn't reach its reality and from where it came. In the next few days, Donnie keeps seeing that man Frank in a rabbit costume. His parents send him to the lady psychiatrist and believe that he has severed ties with reality. The thoughts that come to his mind about Frank in daylight are all illusions. These are the symptoms of parietal schizophrenia. It's a mental illness. Frank is affected by Donnie's movements as Donnie breaks the water pipe of high school. And because of this, the school is flooded. In the next scene, a character named Gretchen is shown. She is a girl. She shifts to Donnie's town with her mother with a new identity, so that she may escape from his cruel stepfather. Donnie starts seeing her vision too. On the other hand, the lady psychiatrist was doing the therapy of Donnie. She hypnotizes him. This session, however, comes to an end when he mentions the name of a girl. She was a famous actress. Later, Donnie is shown shooting the bottles in the open ground when his friends are doing other things. His teacher thus compares the process of bursting to a short story destructor and says that's its effect. That teacher gives a lesson on different behaviors and then calls a motivational speaker to deliver a lesson on attitude. Donnie doesn't like that speaker. He rebels against her and goes against her. Donnie talks to his science teacher at Frank's request. He asks him if he believes in time travel. That science teacher gives Donnie a book named Philosophy of Time Travel. This book was written by school's first science teacher named Roberta Sparrow. She has become an old woman now. She lives outside this town. While watching the football match, Donnie notices that a bubbly liquid is coming out of people's chests around him. It shows Donnie where these people will head to. Then a bubbly liquid comes out of his chest too. Donnie chases it and it takes him to the bedroom of his house. He searches for a gun there. Then, Donnie's teacher calls a motivational speaker for delivering a speech in the school assembly again, where Donnie insults her. Donnie finds motivational speaker's wallet on the road. He gets to know about his address. Frank asks him to set his house on fire. Donnie does the same. When fire brigade comes to put out the fire, they find strange images of children from his house. This shows that he isn't a good person and he is arrested. Donnie's teacher goes to Los Angeles with Donnie's mother and the dancing group. It means that Donnie's mother isn't home, whereas his father was out of station for business purposes. He prepares a Halloween party with his sister Elizabeth in her house. Gretchen, a newcomer to town, also shows up at the party. She is so worried and tells that her mother is lost. She meets Donnie for the first time. When Donnie remembers that Frank predicted about future that the world will destroy in some time, so he takes this girl and both of his friends with him to find Roberta Sparrow, who wrote that book. Two boys try to break into Roberta Sparrow's house. Here, Donnie fights with them in front of her house. A car coming there kills Gretchen and she dies. This car's driver was Elizabeth's friend, who is his sister. His friend's name was Frank Adderson. He had worn the rabbit costume. In a few seconds, Donnie sees the second Frank again. He was standing in the bushes. Donnie shoots her eye with his gun and takes his dead body to the house. When he comes home, he sees a vortex above his house. He comes home and places his dead body in his parents' car. and takes him to a nearby town. When he reaches there, he sees that plane in which his mother and members of the dancing group were coming back. They get trapped in the vortex. Their jet engine got separated too. Incidents that occurred in the last 28 days get rewind. As Donnie wakes up in his room, he remembers that it's the 2nd of October and laughs. Then a jet engine falls into his bedroom and kills him. That's how Donnie dies. The lives of the people around the town who have been affected by Donnie wake up from their painful dreams. Gretchen has never met Donnie before, but she comes to his house and she gets to know about his death. Donnie's mother and sister see each other and exchange waves. It seemed that they knew each other, but they can't remember where they met each other in the first moment.